Okay, so we've got our craft circle cut out with the circle cutter, and I did a real red circle. And then what I did is I did an 11-inch strip of chocolate chip paper using the new eyelet punch. And then what I did is I cut this eyelet punch. So I cut between every 3 little scallops, so the repeating pattern in the scallop punch. So I just cut these apart to make tabs. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a border around my circle. So I kind of want it to look like a lace doily. So you can see here that I'm just going around the outside of the real red circle, and I'm just going to do this all the way around to get just a different kind of effect in circle. So I'll be right back once this is done. And I've got adhesive on the back here, so when I'm sticking them on, they're just going to naturally want to stick. Okay? Okay, and so now I've got my border around here, around my real red circle. 13 of these little pieces went around the outside. And now on my craft circle, I'm just going to stamp up our little lady here. And I'm okay that the greeting is going off the side, because I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a minute. So I've got my lady stamped here, and now what I'm going to do, just taking a sponge in my ink pad, is just go around and sponge all of my craft pieces, as well as that the chocolate chip in real red here. So I'm just trying to make it look a little bit aged and well loved and worn. So I'll do those pieces and we'll be back. Something worth noting on this stamp set called Sip by Sip, the stamp comes like this with the coffee stain, and then it says chocolate coffee men, some things are better rich. I actually, when I got the stamp, I cut it apart. So I have my coffee stain kind of here, and then my words I mounted on the end of my block. And then I'm just going to take a saw and we'll cut this off. So I actually have 2 stamps instead of 1. So what I'm going to do now, just using this C down here, this little stain, is just do this on the corner of my card. So I'm using craft cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And now I'm actually trying to make this look like a lunch bag. So I'm going to have it kind of open down, just as a different type of card, rather than up. And I'm just going to use my Close to Cocoa ink. And I'll just throw a scrap of paper under here, and I'll just stamp that down here at the bottom. No particular rhyme or reason, but it just kind of looks like that stained coffee cup. And you can see here that I've sponged all the way around the edge. And now what I have is a 2-inch by 4 1/4 piece of craft, and I'm just going to rip this piece apart. Now I don't want it to be exactly even, because what I want this to look like is my paper bag folded over the top. And when you have a paper bag, you know that when you fold it, your edges never line up perfectly. So I've ripped that, and now I'm just going to sponge my edges, and then we'll adhere the card together. So I'll be right back. As I was assembling the card, I decided to add this piece of the real red grosgrain ribbon. So I actually just tucked it in behind one of the torn layers to make it look like the bag folded over. And I did the greeting thanks a latte. I just used the small oval punch and punched it out, and then I used dimensionals to pop it up. And then on the inside of our card, I just did a 1-inch strip by 4 1/4 of real red, 3/4 by 4 1/4 of the craft, stamped the 3 mugs that come in the stamp set Sip by Sip, and just sponged my edges, and I've put it in. So this is my Thanks a Latte card.